Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our free weekly video report for Wednesday, May 24th, 2017. The markets continue to grind higher. It's not a surprise, just for a few reasons. One is, Woody has his turn dates that are going to be coming up, and on top of that, we knew it was going to be coming into a long weekend, and the Bulls love to do their work when it's going to be low volume and heading into a long weekend. It's always that way. Now, another reason was we had this big open gap here, and we have never seen a big decline or a sustained decline with an open gap. So every one of them, before we get drops, these gaps get filled. You can see right here we had a drop, and sure enough, within a few days this gap got filled, and then we came back down again. So this gap up here was kind of the clue that you don't want to get aggressively short down here. Now, this turn came right on the date that we had that was talking about, but we were looking for a recovery, and granted, this came a little quicker than I was anticipating. But the thing is that I was telling the people in the morning notes as well as the video reports is, be patient. We have this gap up here, and they, typically don't have any big moves until they're done. Really, what we look at again is, and I'm not going to go over in detail all this. I'm just going to include the video that I did the other night. But we want to look at time, and that's when the trend is going to reverse. And we want to look at why is sentiment in the direction of the reversal, because we're going to get extreme bullish sentiment readings at tops, and we're going to get extreme bearish readings at lows. So from there, we go through technicals. That's what I do. I also look at the internals, and that's going to be some of the things that I'm going to be going over today. Let's start off with block volume, because this is something that I follow. And as a matter of fact, we're putting some software together. This is another person that I know that's doing this for me. But in any case, this is your block volume. So this is basically telling you what institutions are doing. And today they have been selling. Here's the SPY. You can see money flow. We are at negative 54, and block trades. We are at negative 44. So we have institutions that are selling this rally right now. And it makes sense because we're running into our turn dates. So let's take a look at another piece of the equation as far as the internals. And this is the VIX, the VXX, and the put call ratio. So what these lines are here, this is when you have these down at low compressed levels. What happens is this, is that you get chop that comes around, but eventually you get a drop, and that's when you see the VIX spike up, and that gives you the green light to look for a sustained rally. So each time we saw this, we saw that, everybody all bullish on the market up here. It was chopping around as protection was pretty pressed down, and then from there we had a drop. This gave us a big spike up in the VIX and the VXX, and that gave us a spike up there. But it was the secondary spike that gave us the sustained rally. So my point is this: is that we've been pinned down here, and we're in that same formation where we're just really chopping around. So I don't, this setup that's here is not for one of these type moves right now. It's more for chops until we get a big move down. And like I said, we already know when to expect that with the time part of it, and now we're just trying to map everything down. So this is our May 23rd. I sent this out yesterday, and again, what we were looking for was the this rally to a very short-term trader can use this recovery setup for a sell near. And again, I can't give you these dates, but that's the time part of it, is that we were, when we approach these turn dates, we are going to get a move to the downside. And what he's been saying is that keep in mind that the market has likely embarked in a multi-month correction. So we're in that phase right now, what he's calling the golden halo, where everything looks really good and everybody feels really good, and you can tell that through through the extreme bullish sentiment readings right here. Now, we did get the drop, and that produced a 2% bullish reading, and guess what we've had from there? A rally back up to the highs again. So sentiment has been leading, but it's one of these things when we get what he's calling the golden halo, where the markets have, basically moved up. Everybody's bullish on the market, and then when all of a sudden we get the massive drop, nobody really understands why they were so bullish up here. And that's the golden halo that he's talking about. And it's important because they usually follow some pretty nasty declines. And some people can make, if you're positioned right, you make a real lot of money. So I'm showing you this pattern right here because I was just talking about the golden halo and what usually follows. And this is a weekly chart of the S&P, and really this is the technical aspect of it. And again, you don't really have to know Elliott wave. I'll just give you the idea of what's going on, and it's basically just 5 waves. You count 5 waves, but the green is the bigger part here. So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and now what we're waiting for right now is this wave 5 to end, because when it does, this is the larger wave 3, and what that means is what's pending is this wave 4 on the downside. Now, typically wave 4s have been known to go down to previous wave 4s, and this is all the way down at 1800. So let's just say it follows it to a T. We're at 2400 right now. So if it goes down to 1800, that's a 600-point drop. Now, I'm not saying that is what's going to play out, but this has the potential of it. And we haven't had a 600-point drop since 2009. So nobody's really going to understand what's going on. But not to sound overly bearish, is that once this wave 4 completes, we have a wave 5 up. So I'm not sitting there saying we're starting a new bear market. I think you're going to see a lot of people that are going to be calling a new bear market, but it's only going to be your wave 4 down before we make a wave 5 up. So that is the golden halo part right now. And if you don't know when, it's things could line up, and before you know it, you're selling at the bottom. So here's the risk that I see for the bulls right now. This is a daily chart, and remember, what we're looking for and what we're waiting for is this wave 5 of 3 to end. So we're just going to zoom in and go to a daily chart. And what I was really looking for on this was that we had completed the wave 5 of that 3, and we were going to come down and make a 4 at the previous 4. So when I was shorting all the way up here, I was suggesting to people in my morning notes as well as the video report that you want to get short, and that was all the way near the 2398 area, and we had the quick drop. And I had said don't get aggressive on the short side down here just because of the gap. But I was looking for it to come down to here and then make that final wave 5 up. Well, with this rally right here, what the risk is that this 4 is already done right now, or making the wave 5. And when that completes, guess what? This is the wave 3 of 5, and you can see what's pending. So I think the risk is on the side of the bulls, because there's a shot that they come all the way down and come back to the 2322, and that's your wave 4. So we don't really know where it is. It's still uncertain, but we know we have the golden halo part. We know we have some timing indicators that are coming that are looking for a reversal, and all we're going to do is really position ourselves to the downside. So this is the May 9th report, and I'm showing you this because of the time part of it, and we were putting these dates out all the way back on May 3rd, but this is just the 9th, and what he was saying for the last 2 weeks, he's been saying that he's targeting the high to come on May 10th and May 15th. So this was the 10th, and here is the 15th. Both of them had drops, and they both fit a pattern. And now what happens is he's looking for a generic negativity in, and again, those are the dates that we have. And Friday Fridays sets up for another sell near, and these are the dates that we're watching right now. So there's a lot going on, and if that is the 5, is this the next move that's coming right now? And that's what we're really going to manage, and it's one of those things that's going to be really interesting to see what plays out. So if we just go to the regular chart, to our hourly chart, we're starting to get some bearish divergences. We're getting pretty oversold right there. And again, if this wave 4 is now turning into the wave 5, it may get up to the 2411, may even go a little bit higher. But the main thing that I've been telling people is from these levels, there's more points to the downside than there is the upside. So the bears really need to push it through this 2396. From there, we'll go down to the 2386, and then really the last line of support is the 2381 before we start coming down and retracing this entire move. So that's pretty much it. I would be really careful. We have some pretty exciting times that are coming, and what we are doing, we're actually decided to do a Memorial Day weekend special, and we've really never done this with anybody. We don't have any long-term say plans that are out there. Most of them are just monthly, but the plans we have right now, you can save up to $600. And what we have is it's a quarterly plan for $399. We have a premium price that's $699 for 6 months, where you're going to save $400 a year, and then we have the platinum, and that's the $1199 for the year. So this is where you're going to be saving $600 a year, and again, it's probably one of the best market timers, if not the best market timer in the world, letting you know when this golden halo is going to collapse into a very nasty fall. And we're going to let you know when bottoms are going to be coming to trade that. We're going to know tops. But, like I said, we're only offering this to 10 people because we don't need it. And Woody was very reluctant about putting this out. So if you're interested, take advantage of it. We have some really, really exciting times coming. And with that, enjoy your long weekend. And I will talk to you guys next week.